Welcome to my channel. Today, we dive into the shadowy depths, a place where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. We're talking about the spine-chilling world of the undead. Get ready, because we're about to journey into the heart of darkness, exploring the bone-chilling true stories of those who have come face to face with beings from beyond the grave. Prepare yourself for the top 5 most terrifying encounters with the undead that will haunt your dreams. These stories are not for the faint of heart, so turn down the lights, lock your doors, and prepare to be terrified. Picture this, a crumbling asylum, shrouded in an eerie silence, its darkened windows like vacant eyes staring out into the night. This is where our first story takes us. To a night, a group of friends decided to venture into the abyss, seeking thrills in the abandoned Blackwood Asylum. The air inside was heavy, thick with the dust of decay and the weight of forgotten memories. As the friends ventured deeper into the asylum's bowels, flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness, a cold, unsettling presence began to make itself known. They heard whispers, disembodied voices swirling around them, growing louder with each step they took. A bone-chilling draft seemed to follow them, tugging at their clothes, urging them to turn back. But curiosity, as it often does, had them in its grip. Then, in the heart of the asylum, they stumbled upon her. A spectral figure, a woman in a tattered hospital gown, her face obscured by shadows, yet her eyes burned with a cold, haunting light. Panic seized the group. They scrambled back, stumbling in the darkness, their hearts pounding like drums in their chests. They never returned to Blackwood Asylum, forever haunted by the chilling encounter with the spectre that resided within its decaying walls. Our next story takes us to a desolate stretch of highway where reality and nightmare blur beneath the moon. This is the tale of Jack, a lone truck driver, and his chilling encounter with a phantom passenger. One night he saw her, a lone figure by the road, her thumb outstretched. She got in, her touch chilling. She spoke softly, asking to be taken to a small town. She pointed to a cemetery, whispering, "This is my stop." When he turned back, she was gone. On a tombstone, he saw her name, a woman who died in a car accident 10 years ago. Our next story takes us from the lonely highways to a grand old manor, a place steeped in history, and as it turned out, tragedy. This is where the Blackwood family, eager for a fresh start, unknowingly inherited a legacy of restless spirits. From the moment they crossed the threshold, an unsettling feeling clung to them like cobwebs. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. The floorboards creaked under the weight of unseen footsteps. The family tried to ignore the strange occurrences, attributing them to the house settling or their imaginations running wild. But as the days turned into nights, the disturbances grew more frequent, more intense. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed shut with no explanation, and disembodied voices echoed through the empty halls, whispering their secrets to the night. One night, the Blackwoods' young daughter, Lily, woke up screaming, her eyes wide with terror. She claimed she saw figures standing over her bed, their eyes glowing in the darkness. As the haunting escalated, the Blackwoods realized they were not alone in the old manor. They were sharing their home with the restless spirits of its former occupants, trapped between this world and the next. Our journey into the heart of darkness takes us to a cemetery where the veil between the living and the dead is thinnest. This is the chilling account of Thomas, a night guard who faced the guardians of the afterlife. His skepticism crumbled during his lonely vigils. It began subtly, a feeling of being watched. One moonless night, his flashlight illuminated a sight that sent a shiver down his spine. Figures, shrouded in an ethereal glow, stood among the headstones. Tall and skeletal, their eyes burned with an otherworldly light. Terror gripped Thomas's heart. From that night forward, Thomas never looked at the cemetery the same way again. Our final tale takes us to what should have been a place of joy, a new home, but for the young couple who bought it, it became a nightmare. This is the story of the Harpers and their terrifying ordeal with a poltergeist fueled by rage. The house was charming, a fixer-upper with good bones and a lot of potential, but Beneath its surface beauty lurked a dark secret, a malevolent entity that made its presence known from the moment the Harpers moved in. It started subtly, a door slamming shut on its own, the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls. But soon the disturbances escalated, becoming more aggressive, more sinister. Objects flew across the room with violent force, shattering against the walls. Furniture moved on its own as if controlled by unseen hands. The air grew heavy with a palpable sense of anger, a rage that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. The Harpers were terrified. They tried everything to appease the entity, to reason with it, but their efforts were met with only escalating violence. One night, as they huddled together in their bedroom, the entity unleashed its full fury. The room shook violently, the walls seemed to close in around them. Objects flew across the room with bone-chilling force, narrowly missing them. The Harpers knew they couldn't stay in the house any longer. They fled into the night, leaving behind their possessions, their dreams, and the malevolent entity that had claimed their home as its own. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling stories. We've explored the shadowy corners of the unknown, delved into the chilling accounts of those who have encountered the undead. But remember, these are just a few of the countless stories that lie hidden in the darkness. Share your own ghostly encounters in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and sleep tight.